Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. So today we are going to be taking some notes on the software development process. So in my instructions, I told you to create a new Google Doc right here, 13.2 notes, okay? And I need you to copy and paste these bullet points to your note sheet, and that's what we're going to take notes on today. So go ahead and pause this and get that done. Okay, so the software development process, what does that even mean? Okay, so when you're developing software for a computer, there's going to be a software development team, and that requires key members. Okay, so here's a list: product managers, project managers, system analysis, software designers, programmers, graphic designers, and testers. These are all part of a software development team. Okay, in the earliest days of computing, software was simply a single programmer writing code in order to solve a problem or to computerize like a certain task or process. Now today, since computer systems are so large and highly functional and so complex, it's a team that gets that programming done. So like I said, there are the key members of a team. There are 7 of those. Okay, and when this team comes together, there's going to be a set of principles that the team agrees upon, whether it's principles, methods, tools that team is going to be using to coordinate this effort to create this software project and to meet the goals of the software team. So when designing a software is taking place, it happens in phases. So there are the 4 phases there on the screen. Okay. When to help manage a software development process, the software development life cycle, was created, which we're going to talk about here in a few minutes. The software development lifestyle is organized in a way to build a software system or a product. Okay, so depending on the team, they may break down the steps in that process, that life cycle process, a little differently. But here's what the typical phases look like. So first we have write the problem statement. Okay, this phase emphasizes the big picture of the project. So what are the big goals? This is where they're going to determine the goals of the project. This process may involve software users who provide more ideas for improving the project. This phase also includes conducting preliminary research, meaning like research beforehand, to see whether the proposed solution is cost effective, meaning are they going to be able to afford this solution to the problem. Okay, writing the requirements. That phase is for analyzing the needs of the end user. So whoever's using this product at the end of the software development lifestyle, what are the needs of those users, and then they're going to translate those needs into project goals, into specific practical requirements. Designing the first version of the program. In this phase, developers describe in detail all the features, operations of the system or product that they are going to have to meet the needs defined in that planning phase. Okay, the design serves as a type of like a blueprint for the project. You guys know what blueprints are. You've seen blueprints of a building. You've probably seen them in movies or TV. So that design serves as that blueprint for the project and helps detect potential problems in the plan before the programming is actually started. This phase also includes the creation of a prototype that will show how screens will look and how the process of the software development will flow. Okay, lastly, code test fix the first version. This phase involves writing and debugging the code to create an alpha version of the software. So alpha version is the first version. I repeat, the alpha version is the first version of the software. Okay, so we have the alpha version, right? We have that first version, and now what they're going to do, they're going to revisit these steps because now we have the alpha version. So now they have to go through and check everything off again. So in this part of the software development process, so we have design the next version. So after adjustments are made to that alpha version, a beta version is designed. Beta is the second version. I repeat, beta is the second version. So we have that first version, the alpha version, and now we're designing a beta version, the second version. That is an improved version of the first version. End users often play a key role in helping to test the system or the product in this phase. Okay, so now we're coding, fixing, testing that next version. In this phase, the beta version code is created, tested, and fixed. At this point, there's going to be an independent group called the Quality Assurance Group that's most likely going to be employed to try to break the code. So, are there any issues with the code? Can anybody hack the code? That's what that Quality Assurance Group is going to do. These people usually start by asking the question, if I don't do what the program asks, what happens? So if you're not following the directions of the program, what's going to happen? How's that going to look in the software itself? Okay, and then here we have deploy, maintain, evaluate the first code, release, and plan for the next release. So after adjustments have been made to that beta version, okay, that second version, sometimes what's called a gold master is put into production, which is like manufactured, and then it's released to the public. So that gold master is the version that's released to the public or a specific customer, which the software is going to be designed for installation and actual use of the project. Okay, once that's done, then we start planning again for that next process, next product release of that software. Okay, so here we have the software development life cycle. Okay, the software development life cycle is repetitive, iterative. Okay, which means that here's our first step. We require the developments. Then we go to design, development, alpha testing, right? Beta testing. Then we have that user acceptance, and then we have that product release, which is the gold master. So there's 7 steps here total. 7 steps in the software development process. Okay, this life cycle here. This is the software development lifestyle. 7 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so once you get through these steps, then you start back over. Okay, so that's what it means by it's repetitive. So once you complete steps 1 through 7, you start back over. So think of it in the process of, say, developing an iPhone. So we had the iPhone 8, say. Okay, let's go back to iPhone 1 even. So we have the first iPhone. I don't know if it was called 1, whatever it was called. Started here, went all the way through the process, product was released, right? So then, as soon as that product's released, they're going to what? Start planning for iPhone 2. So then, here, required developments, how are we going to develop the iPhone 1 to make it better in the iPhone 2? Then we go through the design, the development, alpha testing, beta testing, user acceptance, product release. Boom, iPhone 2 is out. What's next? Let's start planning for iPhone 3. Okay, so know that this cycle is repetitive. You have to go through all the steps and then you start over from the beginning when you are improving that software or that product. Okay? Most of the time when software or products are delivered or released to the public, there's going to be some type of bug. No product that's released to the public is ever going to be perfect. So that's why sometimes we create new products, or there might be a software development, like when you have to download the new operating system for your phone. That could be with a bug. Okay, so they may not fully release the product again, but they may release a new software for that product. Okay, hopefully that helps you guys there a little bit understand that software development life cycle, excuse me. Okay, so just like with any project that you have, being on a software development team, projects can fail for many different reasons. Okay, you can see there up on the screen when team members don't agree on key goals. Just like a group project in school, if you don't understand what the goals of your group are going to be, most likely your group's not going to do too well. Okay, if you can't communicate with each other, when information isn't shared, okay, when feedback isn't gathered or acted upon. You know, a lot of times when you guys do a project, most of your teachers are going to say, hey, you can submit it early and I will give you feedback to improve. Same thing with this type of software development, okay? You have to make sure communication is there, you have to make sure your goals are the same, and you have to gather feedback and act upon that feedback. Okay, not defining a problem statement of the project is a very big problem. Not getting everyone concerned with the project to agree upon the problem or the project requirements. Not adequately identifying or distributing resources among the team members. Not properly tracking the progress of the project. Not identifying potential threats to the success of the project. And then, again, not gathering that customer feedback. So just like you can think of any projects that you worked on, working on software is obviously going to be a lot more complicated, but anytime you're working on a team, all of these reasons I just talked about are reasons that projects can fail. Okay, and projects succeed through best practices. So just like again in a group, in a team that you guys have been on in your life, communication and planning are huge. Okay, they need to be done well. You need to communicate to your team members, your group members, and you need to plan for your success. Okay, other keys are frequent testing, peer review, and flexibility. I mean, think of it like when you go to practice, if you're on a sports team. Frequent testing, that's you guys practicing. Peer reviewing, that could be your teammates helping you. Okay, and flexibility, making sure that you're taking constructive criticism. So, again, it's a little bit different when we're talking about the actual technical software development processes, but you guys can apply this to your life. Okay, when you are working on a team, it is important that you are very thorough in gathering product requirements and document them in writing. Okay, make sure all those involved with the project agree upon the requirements. If you can, break into large tasks into smaller groups, manageable size pieces, and identify deadlines for each. I mean, kind of think about it. If you play football, you have practices where you work with just your position players. Okay, there's no reason that a kicker on a football team is running plays as the quarterback. That doesn't make any sense. To ensure accountability, from all team members, make sure that deadlines are clear and that people are required to report regular progress. Excuse me. Include procedures throughout the project for monitoring and maintaining quality. This includes frequent testing, peer reviews, okay, checking each other's work, making sure everything is good to go. Keep control of your project, but not too rigidly. Change, you have to deal with change and you have to be flexible. Okay? After the project is completing, ask the team to reflect on the project to identify what worked well and didn't work well. So you have to gain that feedback after the fact. That feedback is going to be helpful for you when you are working on future projects. Okay, so that's all that I have for you guys today. Have a wonderful day.